Hey there and welcome. Happy Wednesday. This is my Motivational Daily Talk, but I'm also now launching a new segment on my podcast, The Hidden Why. And it comes off the back of these Motivational Daily Talks I've been doing. I've really enjoyed delivering the content that I share, the inspirational messages, whatever it might be. Not for everyone, I get that, but for those that have been following me and listening, please stay following me and make sure you tune in here to our podcast as well, The Hidden Why podcast. I do weekly interviews there with special guests. And I'm going to do this new segment now, which is really there to inspire and lead others to live life more fully, have more meaning, and find more joy. Now, that's a tagline. I'm going to share a story today about that, and you're going to hear me using that tagline more often because I really love it. It resonates with me deeply, and I'm going to share my journey. So, several years ago, probably 10 years, 12 years ago now, I launched this podcast, right? And I went on this sort of personal development journey because I was a little bit lost in life, or a lot lost in life maybe. And along the way, I started interviewing people on the podcast, learning a heck of a lot about lots of different things, but really learning a heck of a lot about myself. And that's where the personal development comes into it. I think if you can continue growth and continue to learn about yourself, you're going to be better able to serve others in this world and this experience of your life. And at the same time, have more meaning in doing so. So along the way of my podcasting journey, I had careers as well. I was doing a few different things over those years. But I wrote a book, and it's called The Ultimate Life Map. I don't have a copy in my hand right now, but behind me here, you can see on the wall a map, and that's from the book. And basically, I drew that map based on what I was experiencing and really the deeper meaning I was finding out of life. And I remember I delivered this speech some time ago in a Toastmasters program, and it was about this level of freedom. And I really have this deep belief that people want to be free, and I believe that's true still. I believe we all want to have this level of freedom, and I think the word freedom and to live life fully really align. So to be free and to live life fully, that's what it's all about. And I believe we can create that in life. And as I started to really map out where I believe we're all heading and what our push or desire is in this life experience, I realized that fulfillment or meaning is really important too. To have meaning in your work, to have fulfillment in your daily life is really important. And then I sort of looked at both of them. I said, well, what is it behind them that we're really looking for? And it's this level of deep happiness. And it's not this superficial happiness that society is consumed with today. It's this deep level of happiness that I really believe we are striving towards, and certainly I am anyway. And for those of you listening this far, you probably are too, right? And I'd encourage you to reflect on that today. What does happiness mean to me, and what am I really looking for here in life? So that's why I talk about this deeply and with passion. I love it. I believe it's true. And some of you might be saying, but that's okay for you, Leigh. Your situation's different to mine. Whatever it might be, we can always look externally and say, oh, they've got it better than me, or they've got it easier than me. It's not entirely true. We all go through hardships. We all have challenges in life. We all have loss in life. There's many things that we're going to face in life. But I believe it doesn't really matter. And I've had a couple of hard years. And prior to getting into this field of personal development, I had my challenges, and that's the reason why I got into it, because I really needed to help myself. My mindset wasn't there. I couldn't get my head around things, and it was causing me a lot of pain in my life. And I thought, well, it's not anyone's fault that this pain was existing there. It was purely mine, and I needed to work on that, and that's why I got into personal development. That's why I believe growth is so important. And I do believe that regardless of the pain, the challenges in life, the struggles you might face, you can still find a deeper level of joy in life every single day. And you can find more meaning in your work, in your daily lifestyles, and you can live more fully every day. I believe that the society that we live in is really starting to consume us and consume us deeply. And you can see this in the way our attention spans are depleted and things like that. And I've noticed that myself. My attention span is just not as great as it used to be. And that's because of social media and all these things that are just trying to take our energy and attention. And it stops us focusing on what it really means to live life. And I think even before social media, we started trending that way more and more. And I think that's what we have to sort of wake up to or become more aware of. And for me, and in my map behind me from the book, The Ultimate Life Map, a big part of this change that is required to live more fully, have more meaning, and find more joy is a center of awareness. And if you can't be more self-aware, you're going to be less able to self-improve, if that makes sense, right? And I really believe that's true, and that's really where it started for me. And I've had many gurus, I would say, on the podcast that have talked about many different styles of meditation and techniques of self-awareness. And I've adopted things here and there, and I still do a practice every morning fairly religiously to meditate. And I think it's really important if you can develop that level of self-awareness and have the courage. And I say courage because I honestly believe being silent, it's hard for a lot of people. To be with your thoughts in silence can be difficult because things come up that you don't want to address maybe. Things come up that you don't know how to answer, and that's okay, and that's part of the process. And off the back of that meditation process is a journaling or reflection process. So you can further analyze your thoughts on pen and paper if you write down on a notepad or on your computer, whatever it might be. But that level of awareness really is the backbone for everything in your life. And I'm going to talk more about all these different things. And this is the stuff that really I get excited about, I get passionate about. This is my new segment at the Hidden Why podcast. And if you are watching this on socials, maybe YouTube here, do head on over to the Hidden Why podcast and subscribe there. Make sure you're a member there. Again, phenomenal guests on the show. They're fairly short format, most of them, around 20, 30 minutes, maybe a little bit longer. And we always walk away feeling uplifted, inspired, and usually with a couple of tools that we can take along and put into our lives and trial them, see if they work. So I'm a big believer of this. This is the Hidden Why podcast. This is my daily motivational as well. And I hope you go out there and live more fully, have more meaning, and find more joy in your day. Have a great day ahead.